time. And now, your host, Sherri Shepherd.
Well, hey, family. Oh, my goodness. John Murray.
Hey, listen, we were off yesterday because it was Memorial Day, so happy day after Memorial Day.
Happy day after Memorial Day.
You know, Sherri, I stayed here in the city this weekend. I went to this spot called Jasmine's and got some great oxtails, but it was the end of Fleet Week, so I saw all the people in their white Navy uniforms and stuff all around the city, you know?
I love Fleet Week because, you know, because I teach when Jeffrey, he was little, we would walk and we would go, thank you for your service, thank you for your service.
Yeah.
And it was just nice to see the young men smile.
Yeah.
So, yes, Fleet Week is amazing. Oh my gosh, I had a great Memorial Day weekend. I hosted annual cookout, had a ton of people over. When I tell you, I love having folks over because I love playing so many games. And you know we had the spades going. That's just like, everybody knows. I'm telling you, everybody knows when you come over Sherri's, it is spades. We got a table upstairs, we got a table downstairs, we got a table outside. But I have to tell you, but my issue was people were trying to play that did not know how to play. And I'm telling you, when I have my spades tournament, that's not the time to learn. Like you can sit next to people and watch, but you can't be going, so what's going on right here? And what's this right here? Because everybody just gets, like there was one point, I remember I had a spades tournament and Sam J, the comic, was there.
Yeah.
And so somebody was sitting there, oh, you know who it was? Marco, it was Sam J playing. Marco does not play spades, but I remember it was like your daughter was sitting at the table, Marco.
Yeah.
And I love your daughter, and she is so smart, and she is so inquisitive, but you can't be inquisitive at the spades table. And so, and I love her because she's gonna be president. Marco's daughter is like amazing. She's gonna be president one day. She's so smart. And she was asking absolutely like logical questions, but Sam J was like, "Okay, this ain't the time to be doing all of that. This ain't we got to play the game." And then Sam J wanted to curse. She wanted to do smack talking, and we couldn't do it around. So I had to put Marco out for a minute, just. But it was good. But thank you for bringing her, Marco. I appreciate. I really think everybody was afraid. She was asking so many logical questions. I think they thought she was gonna take over and win. That's what it is. But I gotta tell you, one of my nieces told me about this, you know, speaking of the smack talking, she told me about this educational trend happening on TikTok. And I'm very, very excited about it. So they are teaching spades 101. And it shows people how to play spades so you can finally join in on fun at the family functions. So this is what I love. They're teaching people how to properly count books and how not to renege, all right? So this is a true college course. So I'm gonna take the class because you can always get better, and I'm paying for classes for my friends. I think I'm even gonna pay for a class for your daughter, Marco, so she can be a champion spades player.
You know, I don't know how to play spades either, so pay for my class as well, Sherri.
You need to be paying for all our classes, Marco.
And Sherri, add Rodney John to the list, because every time he's at your house playing spades, he always causes his team to lose.
Yeah.
Well, no, Rodney John is kind of, see, Rodney John is not here to defend himself, because he's always winning. He's a good bluffer. But I got to tell you, with spades, you got to be a good bluffer. You got to be, it's all of that involved. I want to know, though, I got to ask these people, can I be an adjunct professor on the talking smack?
Oh.
Okay? Because you can't have spades without the talking smack portion. Because what happens is the talking smack is a science unto itself. When people go, it's not a good spades game unless you're talking smack while you're playing. Because, smack talking, it's to distract people from putting down the right cards. You got to distract, and it makes them think that you have a better hand than what you actually do. So I'm going to give you, here's an example of talking smack. Oh, man, you must have one brain cell if you think you're going to put that card down. Another one. Don't make no promises your cards can't keep. That's it.
Yeah.
All right. Maybe one more. You done tripped up once, now you about to fall. And you got to say it in your uncle's voice. That's how you talk. The smack. And I'm telling you, I could get a whole curriculum that could be curated for a few semesters of smack talking to go along with the spades. When I tell you I got a PhD in smack talking, I do. Just call me Dr. Smack Talk. That's what you gotta call. So if you want to study to be an engineer, that's cool. But if you want to round yourself out by being a great spades player and smack talker, now that's a degree you can put to good use. I like that. And I can send y'all all my curriculum vitae. That's what I can do. And that's a fancy way of saying, that just sounds like a raggedy resume. It's just smack talking. So Hillman Talk, y'all keep education alive. I love it. Now, y'all, comedian Royale Watkins, he had a huge dilemma on a recent flight with his wife. He was upgraded to first class because of his status with the airline. Yes, so this was amazing. So he asked the internet if he should take the seat and leave his wife and coach. Or should he give the seat to his wife? Or if both of them should just stay in coach. All right, so clap if you think he should take the seat. Okay, the men say, and with the long legs, the men say take the seat. Clap if you think he should give the seats to his wife. Yeah. Okay, now, John, if I'd have said clap if you think he should get a seat to his mama.
To the mama, I would have said yes.
You'd have said yes.
You know, the Bible speaks about being equally yoked, and if you're not equally yoked in your airline status, you gotta fly in the compartment that you're supposed to be.
You know what? And I know somewhere in the Bible, it's got to be somewhere in Habakkuk they talk about BSing somebody. You crazy. But first of all, I was just with Royale and his wife, April, over the weekend. We were doing stand-up together. And I said, Royale, you better give your seat to your wife if you want her to remain your wife and be happy. You know the thing where they say happy wife, happy life? Yes, Royale, you gotta give her your seat or you won't eat. That's the thing. That's how that works. Cause Royale, you're the man. You supposed to sacrifice for your family. So, and here's the thing, Royale is a stand-up, so he travels all over the world. He travels more than his wife because he's a stand-up, so he's always on a plane. So she's supposed to be up there in first class having a good life. She's holding down the fort while you're away. She's making it so that your home is peaceful. When you come back, she's putting up with you telling her the same joke over and over and over till you get it right. You think your wife want to hear those same jokes while she's trying to go to sleep? Your wife's got to put up with a lot, and they got their son. Their son is a stand-up comic now. So the boy that she is giving birth to, he is also telling the same jokes over and over, trying to get them right. So now she got both of y'all doing it. So, just with that, you got to give it first class because your wife deserves it. Deserves it. Oh, my gosh. Y'all know now they got a 28-year-old woman. She is looking for advice on how to handle a dispute with her older sister. So she let her sister use her car after the sister's car broke down. and she told her sister that she could use it whenever she needed it, and everything was fine until she realized that her sister kept bringing the car back with the gas tank empty, okay? Now, so when the sister confronted her sister about not filling the tank, her sister said, look, family is supposed to help each other out. I didn't ask for this much, and this is how you treat me. Now, see, that's the problem. Sister, you're not supposed to ask at all, okay? We gotta start there, because this just shows you that your sister does not respect you or your boundaries. And I think your sister may be a little bit jealous because she don't have a car and you do. So one of the things is you should never be telling people use it whenever you need it, because with family, they will always need something, okay? That's the one thing with family. Need never goes away when you're talking about your family. So I think the selfish sister, she's a little selfish not to even stop at the gas station. Put a little something in the tank, a little something, or leave her a little bit of money or something. Even if you put $5 in the tank, something so the car won't stop in the middle of the street every time she goes to drive it. You know, and this is the thing, when they say you have to teach people how to treat you, okay? Because I always tell my nieces, you know, when they have a car, never let anybody drive your car. They cannot fix it immediately if something happens, which pretty much, that's just me. The only person they should be let drive in their car is their Auntie Sherri, because I'm the only one that can fix it if something happens. And it's inevitable. A girl will always let her boyfriend drive her car, and he will always tear up that doggone car, which is, I guess, is part of a relationship. I don't know. First date, first kiss, and the first time you see that bumper dragging on the ground on your car. So ladies, we know every woman has to go through one of those boyfriend things. A boyfriend is gonna tear your car up. So I would say to this lady, you gotta put your foot down. You gotta put your foot down with your sister. Oh my gosh. Woo! Y'all, you know, when I was younger, you would catch me in the club all the time. You go back 20 years, y'all. You remember being in the clubs? Just being in the clubs, that's where you were. We would leave the club when the sun came up, and we would go straight to work. That's what it was. That was how, then you'd be on the phone with your girls going, where are we going tonight? And I have to say, I do miss being on the scene sometimes, but these days, you can't catch me up past 10 o'clock because my eyes, I'm going to sleep. Even on the weekends, that's a good day for me. Not being in the clubs, but sitting on my couch in my flannel pajamas. That's a good evening. But I tell you, I heard that I might be able to relive my hot girl era, okay? And still keep my auntie bedtime. I love this because there's this new trend of clubs that are going up around New York City, and it is for people who want to go out but not stay out all night. So, yeah, I see, you like that. I like it. Hot girl auntie. Now, the parties go from 5 p.m. to 10 p.m. Oh. I like this.
Like happy hour hour.
Like a happy hour,
okay,
exactly.
Okay.
And one of the club's mottos is go out, go wild, go to bed. Oh. That's what I like. I love that. So this is perfect because I love day parties. I like to start about 3 in the afternoon. 3 in the afternoon, you get your day party on, then you go home. So 5 to 10 is still a little too late. I could do a cute 5 to 7. That's what I could do. Because clubs at night are not for me. And you know, I try. The clubs at night, they're too loud. All the music is loud. You can't see nobody. I don't even know who's talking to me. I can't tell if you're taking my order, you're trying to talk to me. And then as soon as you walk in, 5 hands and touch your booty. Oh. I don't know, because it's so dark. You can't figure out who done it. But I'm gonna tell you, at this age, I'll take all the hands on my booty I can get. So, you go in these clubs, they got one bathroom, it's 500 people waiting in line. None of the bathrooms have toilet paper. And then all of the seats are taken so you can't sit down. People stepping on the back of your shoes. You ever had a person you walking and they step on the back of your shoes and you do that stop? It can send your temper through the roof immediately. So when you come home from a nightclub, you ever looked at your dress or whatever, and you're like, what stain is that from the club because somebody has spilled their drink on you. Then you dancing with somebody. You got a sweater that you're dancing with. He's sweating all over you. So a day party for me is nice and chill because you can see exactly what's happening because the sun is still up. So I say, whoever came up with this, God bless you on behalf of all the aunties. I thank you. Oh gosh, I'm telling you, I'm feeling good. It's a good day today. My alarm clock went off early this morning, John. It doesn't feel like the alarm clock goes off. Does it feel like it just goes off earlier and earlier every day? And this time I didn't press the snooze button. I just got up. So clap if you usually press the snooze button in the morning. Who I'm talking? Okay, so clap if you press the snooze button more than once in the morning. Y'all do that? Well, there's Mel Robbins, who's an author and a motivational speaker, and she's got something to say about this. She said, none of us should be doing that. Take a look.
When that alarm rings, get up and start the day. Do not lie in bed. Do not hit the snooze button. Lying in bed is making how you feel worse. As soon as the alarm rings or as soon as your eyes open, you're just going to count backwards 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Boom. Get out of bed. And the reason why this works is because I've found that, in those moments where you hesitate and you stop and think about getting out of bed, if you hesitate for more than 5 seconds, you actually will lose all motivation to do it.
Oh my gosh. Listen to her. I gotta tell you, I 75% agree and 25% I don't agree. Because if you gotta be at work, whether you lose motivation or not, you're gonna lose your job if you don't get up. So it's not, that's the thing, you're gonna lose the job. But whether you press it 1, 5, or 6 times, at some point, you gotta get up. But what I do believe is it's not necessarily about losing the motivation, because if you keep pressing snooze, what happens is you run out of time. Then you're in a rush. I think it just kind of messes up your day getting started. You rush, then your whole day is off because you snooze so much. So I don't hit the snooze button. I don't say anything like 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. But I do say, Sherri, get up now, and I'll pop up. I got to treat my body like it's a 3-year-old. I pop it and get up. So, yeah, that's what I do, because we act like little 3-year-olds, our bodies. We don't want to get up. We don't want to go to bed. So when I jump up, as soon as the alarm goes off, I feel like it sets the tone of my day because I got up. And I think that pressing snooze throws off your energy a little bit. When you keep pressing it, because you just go, it's just 9 more minutes. Then you go back to sleep, and it wakes you right back up. So you've given yourself an additional 9 minutes of sleep, and it's not enough. It never is enough. But I think that when you learn to get up without hitting the snooze button, what it does is it gives you discipline. It's disciplining your body to jump up and just get it done. Oh, that's what my mama used to say. And then that discipline takes itself to the other areas of your life where you go, just do it, as opposed to, let me just wait. Let me just hold on. So I think that's the bigger picture. I love you, Mel Robbins. I agree with this. I think, so out of that, how many of y'all you think you'll be going 5, 4, 3, 2, 1? Yeah, you're one person. That's what I thought. Y'all like, I'm going to hit that snooze button. It works for me.
One thing, you cannot lie to a woman, am I right? See, women listen to the background noise. They don't care what's going on. The background better coincide to what you're saying, see? So where are you at now? You at McDonald's? But I heard a fork drop. They got forks at McDonald's? Okay, yeah. Have fun at your little friend's house. All right, click. We'll play that. And I like my seasoned women. My seasoned women. There you go. Where you at? Pop that. You go over a seasoned woman's house, they got food out. You like a little kid in there eating. Seasoned women, I'm hungry too. I was just thinking that. Hold on, let me do some TikTok. I gotta do TikTok.
Now, Mark.
They be thinking they doing something. Okay.
You want to see more black women in movies?
Yes, why not? Yes. I want to see more black women in horror movies.
In a horror movie?
Imagine that. Get out. No, you get out. Let me call you right back. He tripping. No, I can all. You can't tell no black woman. I see dead people. Don't be telling people you see no damn dead people. You gonna have the school board up here. Go ask them where they put their money.
I love grown women. I'm talking about, I love grown women because this is the group of people that their names have caught up to their age.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like Roberta, Maxine, Caroline, Diane, Phyllis.
Yes.
You know, now their names match their age.
Yes.
Because there ain't been a Phyllis made since 1972. You show me a Phyllis that's 10 years old, I give you $500. Ain't no 10-year-old Phyllis out there. The last Phyllis is 51. And she live in Maryland and she work at a bakery. I love grown people, period. 45 to 65. You're a junior senior citizen.
That's it.
I'm saying you ain't old enough for Social Security, but you're too old for club fights. That's where we are. That's where we are. You know.
Oh my God,
we do grown people things. You know, grown people in that age, you know, you buying appliances and you buy 4 tires all at one time. That's grown people stuff.
That's grown people stuff. You're doing your stand-up tour in Canada.
Yes.
Being away from your family, was that hard, Ophira?
So hard. It really is hard, you know? And I thought about it. I felt guilt. I felt a lot of guilt.
Yeah.
You know, as moms, we feel guilt. And I thought, I'm leaving my family behind. I'm going out on the road. I'm working. I feel, am I a bad mom? I actually thought, am I a bad mom? And then I thought, no. No, I am a professional. I am out on the road, yes, alone, but I'm working and making money for my family.
That's right.
Yes, thank you.
That's right.
Does not make me a bad mom. It makes me an average dad. And you know what? I bought him a little trinket at the airport. So #1 dad, right here, #1 dad.
So you got a PSA for men everywhere. You say women are tricking men.
Yes.
Okay.
Me and these women are tricking us.
Okay, really?
With these girdles.
Oh.
If you see them at church, she's a size 6.
Yeah.
But if you catch her at home and she ain't got that girdle on, she every bit of a 16. And I'm gonna tell y'all what I'm sick of. Okay, excuse my frustration, but I'm sick of it. You know what I'm sick of? I'm sick of this baby hair.
Oh, really?
Y'all slick this stuff down and glue it to your eyes like this. And them girdles, they get home and they take them girdles loose and bust out of it like a can of biscuits.
We do.
I'm just sorry, I'm just frustrated about that. Because you see them, this stuff, it brings that booty up like this. When they have it, they take that thing off, everything just...
Spends her nights on stage as a stand-up comedian, but for the last 30 years, she spent her days working with kids as a Sunday school teacher, a camp counselor, and a mom. So I gotta tell you, I cannot wait to hear how she blends both those worlds together. Please welcome to my Laugh Lounge, Christy Conder. Okay, first of all, this is so funny. So it sounds like you love working with kids.
Love them.
But how do you get along with the parents?
Sherri, after 25 years, I just got out of a cult.
Okay.
It was a PTA, but hear me out.
Ooh.
Y'all, we have a uniform, right? You have to wear tennis shoes.
Yes.
Leggings disguised as pants.
Okay.
Some shirt and a puffy vest in your tribe colors. A messy bun, and we used to have to carry the Yeti cup.
Yeah, yeah.
But then our mommy mafia leader, Donna Corleone.
Yeah.
She made a deal with the Stanley Cup people. Because they made them an offer she couldn't refuse. So now we have to carry the Stanley Cups.
You gotta see, oh my gosh.
But you know, at the school, they actually have recruitment meetings for the mommy mafia, you know? They're called open house. Hey, come meet your kid's teacher. Come meet people that, you know, are parents like you. Come sign this little form that says volunteer. Don't you do it. It is a trap. You're going to be in charge of the recycling program for the rest of your life.
You know what? So are parents like, I'm listening to you. Are the parents like super cliquey?
They're scary.
Yeah.
They are scary. We had turf wars.
Really?
In the PTA, like we had a situation where the cheer moms, you know who you are, went against the band moms over who had the rights to sell cotton candy. It's a very sticky situation. After a 2-hour standoff in the concession stand, I went to the principal and I said, how do you not drink on the job? Y'all, this man didn't miss a beat. He said, who says I don't? Loved him. Loved him.
But so, like, you got a different approach. Does your husband have a different approach when it comes to school?
Well, yeah. I mean, we've been married 30 years.
Oh.
Which, if you don't know, is the Pearl anniversary.
It's the Pearl anniversary.
Yeah, it's a Pearl anniversary. That's right. We have irritated each other long enough to create something of value.
Okay.
Right. But he drives carpool, right?
Okay.
So, but he treats it more like a military operation. So he has the kids in the backpack in the middle of the minivan, you know, looking like paratroopers. And so he pulls into the carport and, you know, and the door slides open and he yells, go, 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 tuck and roll, tuck and roll. They're barrel rolling out of the car and he's peeling out. He got banned from carpool.
He got banned from the carpool.
I think that was his whole goal.
Okay, I love this. Now, so both of y'all have raised 3 kids.
Yeah.
You work in the children's ministry. Okay, they're out of the house. The kids are out of the house. How did they turn out?
Well, they're pretty good. I mean, we raised them. My husband has an art degree. I'm a stand-up comedian. So our house was creative and dramatic and loud.
Yeah.
And so my daughter is actually an actor here in New York City, my oldest child.
Okay. All right, now.
My youngest is a screenwriter in LA.
All right.
And then there's the middle child. She's an accountant.
Okay. Okay.
She said she wanted something different for her life, like job security and steady income. And I don't even know what that is.
Oh.
Y'all just pray for us.
She be okay as an accountant girl.
Yeah. But you know, my youngest, when he was in college, we were getting close to the empty nest, and people said, you could have another baby. No. I mean, that's insane. Like, we were in the red zone of parenting, all right? We were at the goal line, right? And to say that is insane. That's like Patrick Mahomes coming into the huddle and saying, 1st and goal, 15 seconds left for the win. By the way, I'm pregnant. Right. Yeah, insane. Insane. No, didn't happen. Did not happen. Yeah.
Christy, I really love you. Like, you wrote this book and you called it Her Letters.
Yes.
Women of the Bible, ABC.
Yes.
Okay, so yes. Women of the Bible, ABC. And you say that there's nothing funnier than a kid in church.
Oh, my word.
Tell me.
Oh, my word. I love kids. I love teaching about Jesus, but we have to take secular games and turn them into church games.
Yeah.
Yeah, like we don't play Duck, Duck, Goose. We play Disciple, Disciple, Judas. And we don't play Pin the Tail on the Donkey. We play Pin the Nose on the Leper.
Oh, that one?
Well, it's gross, but the kids love it. And then we don't play Dodgeball. We play Stone the Sinner.
And there you go, and you got it all there.
But you know what? I love working with kids because they have such great observations. Like, I had a little boy come to me and say, hey, Miss Christy, if David had seen Bathsheba in the shower, would she have been Shower Sheba? That's a good question.
That's a good question.
But I wrote the book because I feel like a lot of people ignore parts of their Bible.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
And so I wanted to write a book about some of the women that maybe you hadn't heard of, like Queen Candace of Ethiopia. It's in the book of Acts. Right.
Didn't know that.
So yeah, so I love that. But you know what? I also have learned that you have to proofread everything you give to a child to read out loud.
Yeah.
Even if it's from the Bible. Like, I had this, I was teaching the kids about David and Goliath.
Yeah.
And I said, now, boys and girls, all right, Goliath has just challenged David to a fight, and David's going to talk to his men about what they're going to say to the Israelites, okay? So, Rachel, you go ahead and read. Okay, thank you, Miss Christy. And David said to the men, who is this man? This this one who mocks God, this uncircumcision. Miss Christy, what is that word? That is uncircumstantial. That is...
And then you got some homeschooler in the back that goes, that's not what it says. That's not what it says. I did an art project on that last week, and that's not what it says. I know. Christy, I want to thank you for being here. Yes. Uncircumstantial. I love that.
Uncircumstantial.
Y'all, for more info on Christy's stand-up dates, go to sherryshowtv.com. And her book, Her Letters, Women of the Bible, ABCs. It's available right now. And studio audience, you're all getting a copy for the kiddies. And up next, we're in Sherri's pop-up shop. Keep it right here. I know your daughter is in Germany, but she wanted to party in Europe.
So she's in college in New York, and some of her friends live in Germany. And she calls me, and she said, Ma, and I said, what? And she said, girl, and I said, girl. And she said, do you know that the legal drinking age in Germany is 15?
15?
I said, what? She said, yes. I said, no. She said, Ma, I can't have a drink when I'm here. I said, no. She said, why not? I said, Casey, you are too young. And she said, you know what? She pulled the card, Sherri.
Yeah.
She said, you know what? Technically, I'm an adult. I said, so let me get this straight. You want to go to another country, have liquor for the first time. You don't know your limit. You don't know how these girls party. You can do what you want to do, but I'm going to tell you this now. I'm not that father from that movie Taken, okay? I don't have no special set of skills. If you get taken over there, baby, you just gonna be took. Because ain't nothing, I can't help you.
I've done Weight Watchers. I praise God they don't have a limit on how many times you can join, because I've done Weight Watchers 9 times and lost 7 pounds. But look at me, I'm sitting up here. Look at little Sherri and her waist.
You said you are happily married, but you said that now you couldn't date if you even had to.
Oh, my Lord. All right. One of my good friends went through a divorce, and I watched her go through it, and I thought, oh, my gosh, if I had to get a man after the COVID, after I have eaten all that food, and during the COVID, I gained weight during that, and I got on this Jell-O salad kick. I'm from the South in the country, and we make Jell-O salad, and I didn't realize how much sugar was in it. But anyway, if I had to go to a club right now and dance, because let me tell you, I could bust a move.
Okay.
But right now, I would have to do this.
Right.
Because I don't want to jiggle.
If you're losing your hair, cut your hair off. That's number one. I'm saying right now.
Cut your hair off?
If you walk around a horseshoe, that gives it away right there. You understand? I'm saying right now. I'm serious.
A horseshoe?
Yeah.
But what is a horseshoe?
A horseshoe is just that little ring around, Don't be walking around with the bird nest. Bird nest is when you have nothing at the top. But it's still pretty around the front, sides, and back, And you can't tell they don't have no hand on the top of their head until they drop their keys. They're going to take the keys. Like, did you know he had no hand on the top of his head?
I never lived with a man before. This is new. And men, they don't seem to have ice trays. You gotta have ice. You can't just freeze a bowl of water.
Yeah.
And then when it's time for a cocktail, go get an ice pick and a hammer. And why you have an ice pick? Also, the amount of water that men leave on the bathroom counter, what the hell is happening in the bathroom? Are you raising koi fish? What's happening in the bathroom? And then you have that hair in the sink, the guessing game. Is that top or bottom hair? Which hair is that? I don't know what that is.
All the years we've known each other, you've never dated a white guy.
You know what? There's no reason. I'm very white friendly, right? There's no reason. I found one black guy in LA, but he had been out our community for a while. Okay. And he forgot what it was like to date a black girl. We got together and he was like, let's get up at 5 a.m. and go for a run on the beach. I'm like, who's chasing us? The police? Why are we doing that? Then he's like, Jackie, let's make love in the shower. I want to make love to you in the shower. I'm like, kid, you see me? I don't do water activities. Okay, a black girl, I gotta put on my big pink plastic floral shower cap. All right? If I put that hat on and you're still turned on, you deserve it, all right? That is not, we all have one.
And I got this one over here in the corner. My little heckler, Luenell, over here babbling and talking and making me laugh. People who are watching on TV, typically y'all can't hear what goes on in the crowd. So nobody's gonna hear Luenell with all of what she was saying, but I can hear her. She like right in my ear. All I hear is So it was one point I looked at Luenell because I saw that the camera was on her. I was like, shut up. And if you are in Las Vegas, please go to Jimmy Kimmel's Comedy Club because Luenell has a residency there on Sundays and Mondays. And you gotta get your tickets because she sells out everywhere she goes. So I went to see her and I'm her friend and she had me all the way in the back in the nosebleed section because there was no seats.
I'm not responsible for the seating, Sherri. I'm not responsible. But I just want to say, 4 years? She said she hadn't seen 4 years.
Can you say how long you've been abstinent?
It's almost 4 years.
It's almost 4 years. Yeah. It's almost 4 years.
4 in a row? Like in a row?
Yes, in a row. She's been abstinent for 4 years, Essence Accurate.
Okay, well, okay.
Abstinence is a good, godly thing, Luenell.
Yeah? Okay, well, I'm a sinner. I'm just a filthy rag in front of the Lord. I can't. I'm weak, baby. The mind is willing, but the flesh.
And what I want to do, I want to lay hands on you, Luenell, but I'm afraid if I lay hands on you, it's going to jump back on me. We both going to be.
No, I want that Haitian Jamaican to lay hands on me.
He said, I'm with it.
You're not going to get a groove back. You're not going to get her groove back.
Gosh.
I am willing.
Oh my God. Luenell, you gonna get my show thrown off the air. That's sexual harassment of an audience member.
Yeah, but then you can open for me in Las Vegas.
And HR is literally on the side of the stage.
And Human Resources is literally on the side of somewhere we have violated many. It's supposed to be separation between talent and the audience. Luenell, and y'all you give it up for Luenell Kendall. And watch her. Luenell, what's the name of your show that's coming out with Tracy Morgan? Crutch. It's called Crutch. It'll be on CBS. Luenell, they picked it up for, I believe, 10 episodes. And Luenell is in 8 of the... And also, she's on 8 of the 10 for Crutch on CBS, and she's also recurring on Hacks. So please watch her on Hacks, and then Vegas, her residency at the Jimmy Kimmel. Now, bitch, I done promoted you and promoted you. I said one time the comedy club I was gonna be at. One time, and she was still like, and make sure you tell them I'm gonna be in Vegas. And I love you, girl. You grew up as a preacher's kid.
Yeah.
And you say that not everybody prays the right way.
Nah, see, well, with social media now,
Yeah.
it used to be back in the day, God said pray without ceasing.
That's right.
He meant back in the day before social media. Now, The pipes are getting clogged up with too many people on social media. Pray for me, and it's like, it's funneling up.
Yeah.
God's got too many to get to. It used to be like widows, orphans, missionaries, like, we need sun for pickleball. I'm like, we don't.
Yeah.
Like, if somebody said, I'm having surgery, real question for you, Sherri.
Okay.
Would you pray for that, yes or no?
Yes, if they're having surgery.
Listen, you gotta ask, what kind of surgery?
Okay.
If you're getting a tumor removed, I'll pray for that. If you're getting a boob job, I'm not sending that up. This is the God of the universe.
Yes.
I'm not, Sherri wants to look good on spring break. I'm not sending that.
You got 2 grandsons.
I have twin grandsons.
Twin grandsons, how are they?
One cute, one ugly.
Okay, one is cute, one is ugly.
Yes. And I'm an honest grandmama, so when they was born, she brought the baby picture over, and I was like, oh, don't give me this picture of these 2 shaved chihuahuas. So I never put the picture on the wall, but they're wonderful. One just ugly, and the other one is cute. What is wrong with saying babies are ugly? My grandson look like he smoked weed.
Okay. They gonna be cute when they get up. The babies that are ugly, when they ugly, they get, no.
He 5, he's still working on it.
You could find a nice church girl, but you don't go to church anymore.
No, I don't go to church. No, well, I do go to church, but I don't go like the black church I came up in because like we be going at like 10 a.m. and we get out Tuesday, and I got stuff to do. I can't still be sitting in church all day. I got clothes to watch, the game be on. I can't see nothing. I had a lady at my church growing up, and she used to hold everybody hostage.
Oh, really?
She would stand in the doorway at the end of church, and that's when she would have her testimonies. And she was older, so you couldn't tell her, like, get your ass out the way. You know, with Sister Sarah, she used to wait till the end of church. The pastor got his jacket on. The Bible closed. We don't auto-started our trucks in the parking lot. I'm on the IHOP menu, like, okay, I want a chicken fajita omelet. We about to get out. She's singing so hard, she's not even finishing words. One time she sang Jesus and didn't even get to the zus. I couldn't take it. I'm like, move out the way, Sarah. She said,
You won 6 Emmys for Cash Cab.
Yeah.
Would you ever do it again?
I think it's maybe better that it's over. Because I was gonna snap.
Oh, really?
You can only navigate New York City traffic and exude game show level enthusiasm at the same time for so long before your wires get crossed and you become a danger to yourself and those around you. I had it all planned out. I was gonna drive the cash cab right into the Hudson River. And I wasn't going alone. I was gonna wait till I had some really annoying contestants in the back. It seemed like they were probably gonna win. You know, be like, you guys have $3,800, you have no strikes, you still have both your shout-outs. Things are looking pretty good, and you've been annoying me since you got in this minivan. And that triggers a Hudson River Challenge!
To see more Sherri Show, go to SherriShowTV.com. You'll see celebrity interviews, deals from today's pop-up shop, and more. Go to SherriShowTV.com. We'll be right back. Your husband is 15 years younger than you. 16 years younger.
16 years.
How is that working out for you?
Oh, girl, it works out. Look at this. That's how it works.
Oh.
Because I can cook and split.
Oh my God.
Everybody can't cook and split. The young girls can't cook or split. And all my girlfriends that's my age, they can cook, but they can't split. And they always be talking about, girl, don't you be worried about him leaving you for a young girl? No, because it's going to take him a long time to catch up to me and what I did. So by the time he catch up to me, I'll be the person living in the living room. Okay. Now, you can have a girlfriend, I don't care. I'll be like, your girlfriend can live in the basement as long as she come check on me when she leave the house. I'm the baby, I'm the baby. Y'all not having no baby. Come change my diaper then before you leave this house. And get me on my good side. You know how you gotta put your leg up and be like, get me right there. Girl, I will be looking dead at her like this. And let me see your check before you leave out there.
You think the dads are too soft, Michael?
Oh, yeah. Look, my dad never cried once. Okay. I have my daughter, Elise, she's 5. I cry all the time. Yeah. I do. And I asked myself, why do I cry so much? And then it hit me. Every generation a father gets softer and softer and softer.
Right.
But it's not a bad thing. We're evolving. We're getting better. Like, my black grandfather was born in 1902 in America. Okay. Went through injustices a lot of people can't imagine. My dad went through segregation, still got a PhD in nuclear physics. That's right. That's right.
Ooh.
But the sad thing is, my dad had to march just to drink out of the same water fountains as everybody else.
Wow.
Me? I would never drink out of a fountain. That's disgusting. That's, ugh. I can't take my dad to the park because he has to drink out of every fountain. I'm like, he's like, I fought for this.
I'm trying to date more my age. You know, I'll keep it 100. I'll be 50 in October, baby. But it's funny, they keep trying to make me a cougar, but I like the term panther better. But I recently went out with an older gentleman. I met him at a car wash. Yeah. That's the one thing about it. If you ever get your car washed, you know, it's always that old dude. It's like, what you over here doing it by yourself for? You know, and so he came over to help me clean my car, and he asked me out. And I said, okay, I'm gonna go out with somebody my own age. And, you know, he's very old school. You know, old school believes in we pick you up for a date. Right. But, you know, in this day and age, you can't know where I live, honey. I don't know you like that. So I had him pick me up from a girlfriend's house, and old men come suited and booted, honey. You hear me?
Yes.
He had the full suit on, the fedora. I mean, them Stacey Adams, I could see my whole reflection. That's how much he had shined them, honey. We go out, and it was going great, but I'm used to the first date being very, you know, the same, you know, what you like, what's your favorite color, blah, blah, blah.
Yeah.
Well, honey, he was asking me medical questions. Like, he was like, do you know what a stroke looked like? And I said, maybe, you know, and he was like, do you know how to use a defibrillator? And I'm like, maybe? He's like, yeah, you know, because, you know, I got a few things. What about gout? Do you know about gout? And I'm like, and I'm sitting, and I'm literally sitting here going, brother, you don't need a girlfriend, you need a nurse.
Okay. Women saved mankind during the pandemic lockdown.
Of course.
We did.
Single dudes were in trouble.
Yeah.
Because ladies, you stock up. You go to the Costco's and the Walmarts. You got all that stuff. Single dudes open their cabinet and like, you know what? I'm about to die. Because they closed the restaurants those first couple of weeks. The only problem women had during the whole lockdown was they closed the hair salons.
Yeah.
Right? Now, women were snapping. They like, how the hell is the liquor store open but the hair salon closed? Hairstylists are essential workers. Y'all was sneaking out, having a little secret Underground Railroad hair appointments. Going down to the salon, is she in there? The stylist is saying, go round back. You trying to get me shut down, you go round back. Cause my wife's a hairstylist, so I know they were calling the house, girl, can you help me? She was, I'm retired.
Okay. They tell me that you are attracted to a more mature woman.
Oh, absolutely, yeah. I like the older moms, because older moms always say sexy stuff, you know? Yeah, they're like, my kid just moved out. Like, okay. Is the PlayStation still in the room? Nah, I'm in the grocery store. I saw this older mom, incredible. She was holding up the line, right? Yeah, writing a check, you know? And everyone else got out the line, but I stuck it out, you know?
You did?
Yeah. The cashier, I think he was early 20s. He looked so confused, you know? I was watching it, you know? She was like, "You got a pen?" He was like, "For writing?" Yeah. She had a checkbook, and I ain't seen a checkbook in years, you know? It was laminated. While she was writing, she had to hold her arm on the top of the flap. Because I guess if you move your arm, it just comes back, you know?
It does.
And I was like, why is this turning me on, man? And then the cashier, he starts looking at me for help. I'm like, "Bro, I can't help you. I'm working on her." Because that's what I do when I'm in line. I socialize, helps the time pass, you know? So I tried something, you know? I was like, "You know, ma'am, if you need a handout with your groceries, I can help you outside." Yeah. She was feeling it. She didn't let me help her, but I could tell she was into it. She was, yeah. She was like, "Sweetie, it's okay. I only have prunes." I was like,
You're currently on your Issa True.
It's a
True comedy tour. Now, where'd you get that name from?
My mom. She's Korean. They're the most blunt people in the world. My mom she don't even say people's names, she describes them now.
Really?
Oh, that's an Asian thing. So she saw one of my friends, she calls me up and goes, "I saw your friend." I go, "Which one?" She goes, "Fat boy, small feet." I go, "Mom, that's me." And she goes, "Why? It's a true.
Now, you say that black people and white people don't stress about the same thing.
No. My white brothers and sisters, I love my white brothers and sisters, but y'all stress about stuff we don't stress about, like bills. Like, if we ain't got it, I mean, we don't got it, you know what I'm saying?
Okay.
I'm not finna stress over something I ain't got.
Okay.
Like certain bills ain't even real to black people. Like a student loan, what's that? We were students when we got that money. I'm grown now.
Okay.
They be like, "What about the interest?" I be like, "I'm not even interested in that." Okay. I ain't stuck no student loans. Like a hospital bill. What's that? I ain't sick no more. When I go to the emergency room, if you ain't catch me by the exit door, you missed your opportunity. Stop wasting paper. Send the bills in the mail. Go green. Save the trees.
Okay. Yes, she learned to sew when she was 13 years old, and she turned that skill into a multi-million-dollar fashion business with celebrities like Lindsay Lohan, Halle Berry, and Jessica Alba, all wearing her brand. So in her book, Fearless, The New Rules for Unlocking Creativity, Courage, and Success, she teaches other women how to become entrepreneurs no matter what the obstacles they face. Please welcome Rebecca Minkoff.
You know, it's summertime, right?
I'm telling you, and you look good.
Thank you.
Oh my goodness. And I gotta say, I'm loving your outfit. So, in the words of Joan Rivers, who are you wearing?
I mean, I hope it's Rebecca Minkoff.
Okay, you're wearing you. I love a monochromatic look.
I can't come out here looking, you know, in someone else's wares.
Yeah, you're coming out in your own.
That's right.
Okay, like, so when you go out or anywhere, do you wear your stuff all the time?
I don't wear my things all the time. I will always wear a Rebecca Minkoff bag, but I love other female designers and I love supporting them. And I feel like a woman knows how to design for a woman.
I love that you support for women, absolutely. Now, I love the film Devil Wears Prada, and I always wanted to know, that film, is it, you know, is it comparable to how it is in the real fashion world?
It is comparable to how it used to be.
Okay.
In fact, when I was first starting out, I was really excited. I was invited to a party where Anna was hosting.
Yes.
Jenna Lyons was there.
Anna Wintour.
And
okay.
I walked into the elevator. I was like, it's my lucky day. Anna's in the elevator. And I just started like, how are you? And she just nodded. And I was like, I think I made a bad move.
Oh, so she didn't, so Anna Wintour, she didn't talk to you when
you
were
are not allowed to go in the elevator with Anna Wintour.
Oh, your big mistake was you even stepped in the elevator.
Just the fact that I stepped in the elevator, yes. So
and you came in with all your young
I was
joy
just like,
and
oh, I'm
everything.
invited to a party. Here we go.
Did you? But you did get into the party.
I got into the party, but I've never been invited to any other one of the parties since.
Look, let me, in the elevator, at what point did you realize, you know what, I need to stop talking, and you kept talking?
When I got the nod and everyone just kind of looked down, I was like, this was a bad decision. This is bad on my part.
So, I love this. Now, at 13 years old, you learned how to sew, which is so great. And how did, learning to sew at 13, how did that lead you to becoming the creative director at a multi-million-dollar corporation?
Well, it's a long road to get there, but sewing gave me a confidence.
Okay.
That I could create something out of, my imagination.
Yeah.
I was really skinny as a child and bullied for it, and the fact that I could go make my clothes fit me, tailor them to myself, just filled me with happiness.
Yeah.
And so, thank you. And so it's something I continued and I fell in love with. And then my brother came home from a party when I was about 18. He said, I got a designer's number. You can call him. And he said, you could be his intern. And I was like that's how this works. But in the early 90s, I would say that's how this worked.
You became an intern. I was trying to figure, because I learned how to sew at 13, and I do not have a multi-million-dollar company.
Sherri, you have a big
I got a big show
with multi-million views.
Girl,
right?
If they took my sewing skills.
But I'll teach you how to sew. So we can do it. We can do a segment.
I need to brush up on sewing, because I did learn how to sew at 13. And you're right, it does. When you can make your own and have your own things and make it fit you, it does give you some confidence.
Yes, even if a woman invests in a tailor, the way that can change an outfit if it doesn't quite fit, it's life-changing, honestly.
I got you. I would love to you teach me how to continue.
We'll do it.
So I would
We have
like
a
to do
date.
that.
We have a date.
Most definitely. Make me some reading glasses, because that's what I need now. But now, do you remember the time, Rebecca, when you first saw somebody wearing your designs?
I do. I was in Union Square.
All right.
Which also is filled with other interesting characters.
Yeah.
And I saw a woman wearing my bag, and I ran up to her. I was like, that's my bag. And she clutched it. She's like, it's my bag. I was like, I'm not a crazy person. I'm not one of those people over there. I'm the designer. And she relaxed a little bit, but still was like, I don't know.
Yeah.
And I was like, don't worry, I'm not trying to steal the bag. I'm just so proud to see something I designed out there in the open. And
oh, that is so great.
Yeah.
I'm so surprised she relaxed, because if you would have said that to me in Union Square, I would have been like, sure, I need to see your ID. You're not just going, oh my gosh. So and even with that, how did you break through? Because I'm going, learn to sew at 13. You intern. How did you break through with the celebrities?
So back, 2005, the 2000s, a celebrity wearing something, they weren't getting paid, they were just excited to be given anything.
Right.
And so when they found a designer that they liked, they would jump on the bandwagon. So I'll never forget it. I got an inbound email from an agent saying, I like your bags. And I saw who she represented. I said, I'll give you as many bags as you want. You get them on all your clients. And she's like, deal. So we just started doing it that way, and then 6 degrees of separation, and I knew the power of celebrity and what it could do. So when Lindsay Lohan wore my bag, it was crazy what we sold.
Yeah, so when they photographed her, then other people wanted to get that bag.
Oh yeah.
And that just kind of snowballed into other celebrities wearing your items.
Yes.
Oh my gosh. So now you've written this book, it's Fearless.
Yes.
What kind of things have you learned that you're putting in the book that other women might, it would help them?
Yeah, well, first of all, you don't have to be in fashion to read the book. For me, it's 22 very simple rules. We all are paralyzed by fear sometimes, and it stops us.
Yes, absolutely.
This is the book that says, I am scared, but here I go. I'm going off the cliff anyways. And I got some tools in my back pocket to really ensure that, like, I have something to hold on to in the chaos, you know? Not asking for permission, going ahead and doing it. Really distilling down what is the worst case scenario, and if I can survive that, then I'm gonna go ahead. You know, really being specific about what you need from someone. If you have 5 minutes, if you have 5 minutes with Mel Robbins, don't ask her how she got started. Be like, Mel, how do I not sleep in, right? Like the specific thing to each person you encounter. So those are a couple of the rules.
Okay, I like that because fear can paralyze somebody so quickly. What about, somebody asked me earlier today, Rebecca, and they said, can you give me advice? They were turning 30, and I said, take risks.
Yes.
How do you feel about just taking a risk?
I think you have to take risk. I find it's where I get like lots and lots of adrenaline is now I'm like, okay, what's the biggest risk we can take this week? What's crazy? Let's do it.
So how do you take the risk and you're scared? It's like, what is that thing that makes you take that leap?
I think now that I've done it enough, it's like a muscle. And so now you're just like, I know, I've already gone through what's the worst thing that could happen. Can I survive that? Okay, let's go. If I can't, then I don't do it.
Okay. But you go, what's the worst that can happen?
What's the worst?
I like this. Now, I gotta tell you, I am always trying out different things. Crazy fashion trends that come up. And I have a segment called Wear It Up or Tear It Up.
Okay.
Now, when I tell you, Rebecca, I have worn pants made out of stuffed animals. I have had police tape as an accessory. I have worn, Julia Fox had a mayo purse.
The mayo purse?
Julia Fox had a purse with mayonnaise.
Gosh.
And then I had shopping bag boots, okay, on the thing. What is the craziest trend that you've ever seen or tried?
Oh my gosh, that I've tried?
Yeah.
Oh, well, I have tried the very thick platforms. The ones you're wearing are
like
very
the thick ones,
chic. No, not like this.
Oh, but the real
where
thick
it's
ones.
just like one all the way across. There's
that's
no heel.
hard, yeah.
And I have like baby horse ankles, so they just like crack open. It's done.
Yeah, these I know whenever I wear them.
No, these are chic.
I'm gonna fall in the wall. At some point, Sherri's gonna fall because I'm clumsy like that. But oh my gosh, so that's the one with the
Can't do it. That and like baby tees. Can we leave those with babies?
Oh, those little baby crop tops?
Yes, when I see a woman wearing a baby tee, I'm like, just needs to go. Don't do it.
The same way. I feel the same.
Yeah. Get him out of here.
But you know what? I did wear a baby tee. I took a risk. I said, I'm gonna let all my stomach hang out in this baby tee. And then what's the worst that could happen? Everybody wouldn't take that thing off. So I feel you. Rebecca, I want to say thank you for being here. I really appreciate you coming. And you guys, Fearless, New Rules for Unlocking Creativity, Courage, and Success. It's available right now. And everybody in the studio audience, you are getting a copy. We all need tips on how to be fearless. And up next, we're in my laugh lounge with comedian Christy Conder. Keep it right here, Rebecca Minkoff.